nice Sunday to everyone. Oh, uh, nice Sunday to everyone. I hope everyone is having a fabulous Sunday. And I'm having a fabulous Sunday. And as part of my fabulous Sunday, I'm coming to you with a vlog. And I think this vlog is going to be two parts. A while back I did a vlog and a couple of blogs called Dating in the Age of Dumbasses. And because it seems that people have decided to just be dumb about dating, although they aren't dumb. They've decided to throw all this stuff out and try to make up rules as they go and hope for the best and all that sort of stuff and hope that, it'll all work out, and all this stuff. But there are just some things that you have to do regarding dating. You just can't kind of skip steps and hope that it works out and hope that, you get what you want, without actually having to work for it. And I think that's what people do. People want the easy route. Everybody wants everything today, microwave. Oh, can I have it today, and stuff. And it's just not like that. That's not how life works. You have to do some work to get into a good, healthy relationship. That takes work. So I did a part that was about me going back in the dating world after my divorce and being older and stuff. And then also about online dating. And I did just a couple of basics about online dating. But I've come to find out here lately that with one of my last blogs I did called Being White Is Not Enough, that there are black women out there dating online, going online, trying to meet men to interracially date with and all this stuff. But these women are really kind of don't know anything about vetting. And what they're thinking is that just because the guy is white, that makes him great. That makes him a great guy. It's by default, he's just a great guy because, of course, all white men are great and wonderful and all this stuff. Instead of seeing that, well, no, you still have to vet him like you do any other man. And with online, you have to do it more intensely and a little bit faster and stuff. So today I'm going to talk about a couple of tips about vetting and really particularly to online dating. A lot of this stuff. Now you can use some of this in real life dating, but I'm doing this specifically for the ladies who are out there online dating. I definitely recommend online dating. It is wonderful. That's how I met my wonderful husband, is by online dating. But you really have to be a lot more diligent and a lot more careful and maybe a little bit harder in intensity with your vetting. Now, there were so many questions women had, and this blog came from a question that one of my readers gave me. I'm not going to give you her name. I'm not going to give you the scenario. I'm just going to talk about some things, and she'll probably know what I'm talking about and stuff, But people ask me questions every once in a while. Not a lot, but people ask me questions, and I'm more than happy to give people information, and I'm more than happy to let people know. I'm not trying to embarrass anybody. I'm not trying to put anybody's business out there on Front Street. I'm not that sort of person and stuff. My business that I want you to know, I put out there. The stuff I don't want you to know, believe me, you will never know. But it was so much information that I was seeing that women were maybe missing here or there. I had to make a list of stuff I needed to talk about, which is crazy because I never make a list for this blog. None of this is done off of some script or something. All this, as I talk to you, is just kind of right off the cuff with me and stuff. I'm not that sort of person with the scripted and all that stuff. That's why it never quite looks professional and stuff, But it doesn't matter to me. I have something to say, so I say it. But I had to get a list. I had to make a list of stuff that I wanted to talk about. There's a long list too of stuff I wanted to talk about vetting and online dating. I'm saying this because I think many women are thinking that when it comes to online dating, and I hear this all the time, and it's a mistake for women to think this, that if they go to a pay site, that somehow they're going to get better quality men than if they go to a free site. It doesn't matter whether it's paid or whether it's free. And I said that before in a blog about online dating and stuff. It doesn't matter. What matters is your ability to vet. You could go to a site, any old site, and if your ability to vet a man is good, you can find a quality man. You could go to the highest price site paying money every month. And if you don't know how to vet, all you're going to get is a bunch of bums. It doesn't really matter whether you're paying or whether you aren't paying. My personal preference was for free sites. And I wish I would have done the free sites before I did wasted my time paying people money for the pay sites. Because ended up on the free site is where I met my husband, and stuff. On of all places, a place that a lot of women would fear to even tread, but I think that's because they don't have good vetting skills. I met my husband on Craigslist. I know a lot of women who have met husbands, boyfriends, all kinds of guys, great guys on Craigslist. Three of the nicest guys that I dated, including my husband, I met on Craigslist and stuff. But that was because I had a good ability to vet. And vetting is for you to figure out whether the man is worthy of you. My thought is there are a lot more men on free sites. Because a lot of guys, like everybody else, they've been on paid sites. They haven't really found so it's just like you go to free sites. It's like, well, this is it. I'm tired of paying $30 a month or paying hundreds of bucks a year to be on Match.com or eHarmony or whatever. And I'm just not getting what it is that I'd like. So people just kind of go and they think they're giving up by going to free sites. But to tell you the truth, there are tons of men on free sites. And usually on free sites, those men are a lot more open to interracial dating, I found. When I did Match.com, I had the hardest time. There were a couple of guys, but they were a little freaked out and all this stuff. And it was just not what I expected to be. Now, I'm not saying that Match.com is terrible. I'm not saying that you won't be able to find an interracial date there. But I'm thinking if you're going to be on a site, be on a couple of sites. Don't just be on one. And it's okay to have the same profile on 3 or 4 sites. It doesn't matter. You want the same thing, so why not have the same profile? You're just trying to get as many look-sees from guys to who are going to show interest as you possibly can. So after I did all that, and I kind of went on a couple of free sites. I went on a local site just for local Seattle folks, and I met someone that I dated for a little while and stuff, and I met some nice guys. Now I met some not so nice guys too, but that's part of dating. Whether you're online or real life, you're gonna meet a bunch of creepos and all that stuff, and a bunch of people that make you nervous and all this. A bunch of people like and stuff. But that doesn't mean you have to go out with them. The thing about online is you're here at your home. You're still safe. You're not actually out on a date with some creep making you nervous and stuff, And I know that sometimes men have the bad habit, and some women too, unfortunately. But men have the bad habit of wanting to show you pictures of their naked peens and all that sort of stuff, and that's not okay, men. If men are, that's not okay, and stuff. But I guess it must be some woman somewhere going for it, because a bunch of them are still doing it and stuff. But it's better to have him show you his naked peen online than you're in the car with him on a date and he pulls it out, okay, and stuff. So it's not for women to worry about what they don't want or the guys are not interested in. It's for them to worry about who they are interested in. Get in your mind, first and foremost, free or pay kind of doesn't matter. What matters is your skill to vet. First and foremost, what is it that you want? Think about that, ladies. What is it that you want? I meet lots of women who are looking for relationships and have no idea what they want in the other person. Besides, well, I want them to be nice. And, I want them to have a good sense of humor and all. Yeah. Every guy thinks he's nice. So, whatever. That doesn't mean anything. What are you specifically looking for in a partner? What do you have to offer, ladies? Because you just can't kind of be looking for something and you have nothing to offer, and stuff. So, what are you offering also? Are you asking for things that you don't have yourself, and stuff? So you have to think about those things. That's the first thing, is getting to knowing what you want. If you're getting ready to build a ad for any online thing, my thing was to kind of talk a little bit about myself, just in really general terms, and then be really specific about what I was asking for in the guy and stuff. And really my specifications, it was 1 paragraph, 1, 2. You don't need to have two paragraphs. It doesn't need to be a thesis, and stuff. You need to be able to kind of say that really succinctly, really fast and stuff. And then you're just trying to see who you can pull out to get more information out of. That's another thing. Have your questions ready. Have your questions ready. I had a couple of questions, and I used to be a paralegal. I was a paralegal for 10 years, and that what I teach a paralegal study class once a week now. I'm still very much a paralegal. I know how to get information out of people. I wish I could teach people how to do this, but I don't. It's just something that it wasn't something somebody taught me. It was something I had to learn to be able to do the job I do. And I had questions that people answered, that their answers would tell me things about them that I'm sure they didn't know that they were revealing. Please rest assured, men, just like women, men like to talk. They want to tell you who they are. They want to talk about themselves. They want to, stroke their own ego and have you try to stroke it too. People want to reveal things about themselves, and my thing is to just let them reveal it, and stuff, because you're going to tell me who you are, and then that way I can figure out whether or not I want to be bothered with you. So let them talk. Women do too much talking. We talk too much. We we talk all the time, and we don't really listen to what people say, and we don't listen to what people don't say. When you ask a question and stuff, but because we're so busy talking, or thinking about talking, or thinking about telling our story and stuff, instead of letting the guy talk and tell you who he is, and stuff. You want to make sure that you've got questions for him to answer, and stuff. So when you start, if you feel comfortable giving your phone number out, that's you, and you start talking to him on the phone, you give your phone number out and you start talking, and you're answering questions and he's answering them, and you're listening for things that you want to hear, or things that you don't want to hear, or things that are going to tell you something about who he is. I wanted someone, one of my deal breakers, also have a deal breakers list, because everybody should have one. Something that, there should be a couple of things that I'm telling you. Deal breakers list shouldn't be more than 10 things at the most, and that's pushing it. 20 and 50, and yeah, that's not a deal breakers list. That's a grocery list. Okay. Deal breakers list should be like 10 things. Mine was like five or six things that if the guy didn't have, we weren't going any further. We weren't going on no dates. We weren't doing nothing. We weren't going to start a relationship. It was uncompromisable list. One of those was that he had to be close to his family. So what I would ask is, I'd ask him about his family. And then people start telling you about their family. Oh, my mom and dad live in such and such. Oh, we see each other a lot. Or we're close, or we're not close, or I never see them, oh, well, I really don't see my family that much. We don't really hang out that much. We're not that close. Or I haven't seen my brother in 10 years and stuff. And people start telling you stuff, and then you can figure out whether or not people are close to their family. That was important to me. So if I heard this, you hadn't seen your parents in 10 years, or you don't really talk to them that much, or you're not that close, or all that sort of stuff, I knew you weren't the person for me, because I didn't want to deal with anybody that didn't have a close relationship with their family. I wanted someone who was close with their family, because I'm really close with mine. So that was important to me. So if he said that, I knew he wasn't the guy for me. If he said, oh, well, yeah, my parents live in town, and, I was just over their house last week, or my mom is great, my dad's great, I'm really close to my brother and all this stuff. Oh, we just had, Sunday dinner together, or whatever, and stuff. They start telling you things. Yeah, I just went to my nephew's basketball game. You know that they're close to their family, okay? You don't really have to say, are you close to your family? Right out, and stuff, because people may just start lying to you and tell you that they are and stuff, because that's more impressive than, oh, do you have brothers or sisters or something like that? It's more impressive to tell you that they are than that they're not. So if you ask if people have brothers and sisters, or if their parents live in town, or something really general, you can get a whole conversation started about family that lets you know how they feel about something. You want to make the thing, the secret to subversive questioning is asking a general question and then looking for specific answers. and then waiting for the and then going with a follow up. But you got to be quick to do that, and stuff. I wish I could write a book on how to do it or whatever. Maybe one day I'll try to teach it. But it was I had to get a lot of information out of people that people didn't want to give me, and so I had to make sure that I appeared, nice and friendly and all that sort of stuff, so people would give me the information that I want. So do some listening and not a lot of talking so he can tell you who he is. Vetting takes some time. Doesn't take forever, but it can take a little time. It may take a little time to vet a guy. Sometimes you can vet them right off the bat. If a dude sends you pictures of his penis, that's vetting. It's done. That's your vet right there. You're done. You should be done and stuff. But sometimes it takes a little time. Maybe a first meeting with the guy to try to gauge some things and try to, talk a little bit more will give you some time to vet. And in your ad for online dating, you should have something specific that you're asking for, so you know that he is a listener, also that he respects what you have to say and stuff. My thing was I asked for a photo that was no more than 6 months old if you responded to an ad with me, and I always ask for that and stuff. So if I got that photo, then I knew, okay, he can respect at least what I say. Now, it also kind of showed me whether or not I wanted to be bothered with him, whether I found him attractive or whatever. But it was something that I shouldn't have to ask for that photo again. I shouldn't have to, and my ad was usually so succinct that, it wasn't going to take him all day to kind of figure out, what was going on or what I was saying or whatever and stuff. So I wasn't going to ask that, to him again. Your deal breakers list should never be compromised. Once again, do not start trying to, make him out to be something that you want, or thinking maybe I could turn him into something that I want him to be, or looking for potential. We're too addicted to the potential thing, and stuff. That just makes people codependent. All this, and codependent really is part of being codependent. Really is just seeing potential in everything. When there really is none, seeing stuff the way you want to see it instead of the way it actually is and stuff. So make sure you're not making potential where there is no potential. Don't start, compromising your deal breakers list. If you have stuff that you're just not taking and he's done it, then go and do something else. Find something else to do. Find another guy to talk to or whatever. Don't waste your time, okay? Your time is precious. Please think about that. Your time is very precious, okay? And so wasting your time on, people that aren't what it is that you want is just it's precious time you're wasting that you could have met somebody that was someone that you felt a connection with, or someone that you really did want, instead of trying to make somebody something that 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 he's not, okay? So in the next video, we're going to talk a little bit about women and some issues of safety and checking background and all that sort of stuff that you can do yourself. You don't need to pay anybody. A lot of stuff you can just do for free if you know how to do it and stuff. So I'm going to be telling you some information about that, and also talking about those issues regarding safety and feelings, and how you want to start out this thing, and feelings, and how long should you wait to meet somebody, how long is too long, and kind of dragging on with things. Some people love to drag on with stuff, men and women, which is unhealthy. And talking about trusting yourself and your decision making skills. So I'll talk to you next video. Okay, bye.